Now, I don't know about you, but when I retire, I picture myself spending time with grandkids, traveling, living as stress-free life as possible. When I make that downsize and I retire, that's kind of what I picture. You too as well, I'm sure. Well, if you've been thinking about retiring or downsizing and making the move to East Abbotsford, this video is for you. I made this video just for retirees, people who are thinking about making that move to East Abbotsford, or for family members or friends who are planning to help someone in your family that's thinking about making that move to East Abbotsford. You see, over the 16 years that I've been a real estate agent and sold homes in areas like Surrey and Langley, Abbotsford and Chilliwack, when people reach out to me with a plan and they want to move to East Abbotsford, I've found that everybody wants basically the same thing. And in this video, we're gonna go over some of the most popular things to consider if you're retiring or downsizing and moving to East Abbotsford. Now, before we get there, let me introduce myself. If you're finding this channel for the first time, my name is Joe Pratap, and I'm a local real estate agent who lives in Abbotsford, BC. Now, I typically sell real estate in the Surrey, Langley, Abbotsford, and Chilliwack markets. If you have a real estate related question you want to reach out, the easiest way is to click the link below and you can schedule a call with me at a time that's convenient for you. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the video. All right, now the first one should be no shocker to anybody. As we get older, we have less need to have larger homes. So as a retiree or someone who's retiring, making that downsize move to East Abbotsford, often on the list is less house, but more importantly, less stairs. And the need to get rid of the stairs or to get a home that has less stairs becomes more popular as you get older and you get a little bit less mobile. Quite often people reach out to me to ask me questions like, where in East Abbotsford should I be looking? What type of homes exist in East Abbotsford if I'm trying to get rid of the stairs? Now, you got to think, East Abbotsford, unlike a lot of other parts of the Lower Mainland, it's mostly built on hills and mountains. So it's a mountainous region. So lots of hills. So when the construction for homes happens on mountainsides, you're gonna get things like stairs, right? So finding pockets of where you will find homes that have less stairs or no stair living at all, it's a little bit more difficult in East Abbotsford, but it does exist. Homes that are rancher style, for example, very common to see both townhouses and detached houses closer to the Walkham Road area. There's lots of different townhome communities that are master on the main living, some of them that have finished basements if you have people visiting or adult children living with you or whatever the situation may be. But there is lots of that product that's out there, ranchers or reverse ranchers, where you have lots of the living space on the main and then your bedrooms below, some of the homes having elevators or minimal stairs. Getting rid of the stairs is something that's on a lot of people's list. And when you're making that move to East Abbotsford, specific to a bunch of different areas. So if East Abbotsford is your destination, reach out to me and I'll be happy to point you in a bunch of different directions for where you would find the no stair living. Now, another common thing when people are thinking about retiring or making that move to East Abbotsford and making that downsize is how important the proximity to amenities are, and specifically major amenities like grocery shopping, where the dental offices are, where you're going to spend a lot of time going to the produce market or going to the butcher to buy some steaks for a nice dinner, something like that. If you live in the east side of town, you have a lot of options for where you're going to be shopping and using those amenities. If you're on the east side of town, depending on where, you're only a 5 to 10 minute drive to the major grocery stores. There's 3 to choose from in East Abbotsford. Lots of different restaurants, pizza shops, and if you're going to Shoppers Drug Mart, for example, pick up a prescription or something like that, you have different options all within a 5 to 10 minute drive if you happen to live in East Abbotsford. Now, another thing that comes up often is proximity to healthcare. So when you are making that downsize or you're heading into your retirement years, it's very important to know how far it is and what the type of quality is to things like major hospitals. If you live on the east side of town, you're about a 10 to 15 minute drive to Abbotsford Regional Hospital, which is located on Marshall Road towards central Abbotsford. So you're not too far away from major healthcare if you happen to need the services of a hospital. Now, when it comes to walk-in clinics, if you live on the east side of town, you are within about a 15-minute drive to 6 different major walk-in clinics. And you also have the option of crossing the Abbotsford Mission Bridge and heading into Mission if you happen to need access to a walk-in clinic and wait times are too long in Abbotsford. Abbotsford also has a emergency care off of Clearbrick Road. If you don't require going to the hospital, but you need urgent care, there is a facility too as well off of Clearbrick Road. And there's lots of different dental offices, pharmacy offices, and things like chiro if you're going for a massage or you're getting a chiropractic treatment or anything like that. No shortage of healthcare if you're living on the east side of town. Now, another thing to consider if you're making that move to East Abbotsford for those retirement years is the driveway and the parking of the type of home that you are looking to purchase. Now, this is often an afterthought, but like we mentioned earlier, much of East Abbotsford is located in the mountains. So you're gonna get streets, roads, and driveways that are on inclines. So during the winter months, you may be a little bit slower getting those major roads cleared and plowed if you do need to travel. And the same thing for driveways. It's not uncommon to see townhomes and detached homes have driveways that are sloped 30 to 45 degrees. It is actually very common. So if you think about it, if you're driving vehicles, especially more than one vehicle, you want to consider parking, and is your driveway flat? Homes in East Abbotsford typically are worth more money when they have a flatter driveway than they are when there is a steep driveway for those reasons. You could have a home on one side of the road and one adjacent on the other side with 2 different driveway pitches, and there could be a fairly large difference in value because that is something that affects your everyday life. All right, now the last thing on the list is proximity to major amenities. Now, if you live on the east side of town, you're going to be a little bit further to major shopping and things like the movie theater, for example. In East Abbotsford, you've got 2 options. If you're going to a movie theater, you're gonna drive to Mount Lehman High Street area, which is 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the route that you're taking, or you're gonna drive into Mission and you're gonna cross the Abbotsford Mission Bridge, which is gonna take you also about 15 to 20 minutes. Now, a lot of people that live on the east side of town often go into Mission because it's a little bit less busy of a movie theater, and there's some good shopping around the movie theater too as well. Now, speaking of shopping, if you're planning on traveling to the mall, maybe you're doing your Christmas shopping, or you're just wanting to kill some time, get some exercise walking around, Seven Oaks Mall is about a 15-minute drive from most of East Abbotsford, and you're a little bit further if you're heading to High Street Mall, which is the newer shopping mall that we have in Abbotsford, BC. Now, if you're commuting outside of Abbotsford, maybe you're gonna make the drive into Guildford Mall in Surrey, BC, or you're gonna be heading into Vancouver. East Abbotsford is only a couple minutes off of Highway 1. So when you're gonna be making that drive further west and you're heading into downtown Vancouver or into Surrey or into Langley, it's pretty close to Highway 1 if you are driving. In most spots of East Abbotsford, less than 5 or 10 minutes to hop on to Highway 1. Now, if you found this video helpful, and hopefully you do me a favor, hit that subscribe button so that we can stay connected. If you have any real estate related questions, click the link below and you can schedule a call with me to discuss a plan that might be appropriate for you. Thanks for watching.